We're in Reading Old Cemetery, which a lot of people probably better know as the cemetery at Cemetery Junction, like named after the movie, which is where we come to walk our dogs. A lot of people will have been past it but never been in here, so I thought I'd do a video to show you what it's like. This is what's known as a garden cemetery. Apparently it was the country's first garden cemetery, opened in 1843, reading the bump on the wall. It's got some interesting features. Firstly, it is not laid out in a very practical way because it was supposed to be pretty, and as you can see, also not massively well maintained. You've got overgrown headstones, lots of fallen down headstones. It's like a little mini wildlife park, indeed. And the dogs, they freaking love it here, so we'll get them off the lead and they can have a little run. Let's let these dogs off. Seren, stay. Get your thing off, stay. It's a good girl, off you go. And there they go. We'll see them again in about half an hour, I suspect. One of the most interesting things about this place is that it has a family of Mount Jack deer that live in here. This is what the dogs probably love most about it, is giving them a good chase. Seren can catch up with them, Griff can't. In fact, Seren looks like them. It is uncanny the number of times you're looking for the dogs, you try and find Seren and you're in fact trying to call a deer. Many times when I've been down here I've noticed that there is this low wall running down the middle, and it often occurred to me, what was the function of this? Not a lot, obviously, because it's so low. It turns out that this is for separation of your beliefs. So the people who are buried on this side are good Anglican C of E types, and on this side they come from the weird freaky Baptist or whatever type religions. Oh, and also interestingly, as Reading Engines will know down there, that big archway is in fact the local police station. I love the variety of trees you get down here, because like I say, it's a garden cemetery, so they laid the place out to be attractive. And of course, you know, these trees have all grown well out of all proportion than the people that originally laid the garden out. And it gets mown a few times a year, but outside of that there's no gardening that takes place, and it creates a really you know, spooky but very beautiful atmosphere. There's some wicked gravestones too. Look at this one. Cost a few bob, this one did. And that hasn't fallen off, it's just meant to look that way, whereas most of them have in fact fallen to bits. And I've lost everyone. That's not unusual though. Hello, little girl. Off on the scent of a deer, I suspect. We're sticking to our usual routine here, where Seren sticks pretty nearby, and Griff, apparently he's over here somewhere, but he just goes bush. You can call him and he'll run towards you and then get distracted by a gravestone. So we just sort of wrangle him on the way out. This is probably my favourite headstone for obvious reasons, because the guy had a statue of himself made. That's how I want to go. So this guy, he was called, he was an air pilot, Bernard Lawrence. He was also big into his motorbike as well. He did something on his bike, what was it? Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. After creating 2 world records in the 200 miles motorcycle and sidecar race in Brooklyn, age 21. You get a statue for that. It's got its own war memorial in here. Let's head in. So obviously this was initially made for the Great War and then unfortunately updated for World War II. It's a peculiar bit, this. It's a very, very funny shaped lawn surrounded by hedges. You know, it's not a cross, it's not a shape that I can particularly identify. Yet, it's grave free. You know, manicured hedges. Very strange. Yeah, Jen was just commenting on this stone here. Lost 3 kids in the war. 18th, 1926. Sad. You're not going to see this, but that was Seren chasing a deer. Hot on its heels she was. The deers actually, they look a lot like Seren, but they look like fatter Serens. Oh, there it goes. Just with its bum disappearing. Griff, I can see you, mate. Yeah. Griff doesn't do brilliantly on finding a deer. They run straight past him, he doesn't notice. Come on, dogs. I shouldn't record myself doing this, it's embarrassing. Come on, Seri. Come on. Hey, good girl. So I'm guessing that they planted a little tree at the foot of this grave. Let's see if we can see how long ago. I mean, it's potentially 150 years ago. This was 1946, actually. That's not that long ago. Tree grew a bit though in that time. Come on, Griff. Just gonna have a wee. Come on. Come trotting down here with that, oh, what's going on look on your face. Come on, you little bugger. You sometimes see people bring cut flowers down here. If ever you do bring flowers here, always do what these guys do, silk flowers or whatever, because the cut flowers get eaten by the deer. This is my favourite part here. It's particularly nice when the sun's shining. You get dappled shade, which is the nicest sort of shade, coming through the branches. But it's Mary's tomb over here that I'm particularly interested in. So I'll tell you what, if there was going to be a zombie coming out of something in this graveyard, definitely be coming out of that, wouldn't it? Oh, there goes a little deer. Oh my god! They can't half bounce. Fanny Violet. Dear oh dear. Something strange about having a sort of like a lovely little landscaped area of trees and plants filled with old graves that no one's been near in ages. Quite eerie. Seren's on the scent of a deer. 1, 2, yeah, Seren, deer. I doubt we'll have got that. Come to think of it, that means we'll probably have to go to the other side of the graveyard to get Seren back. But bit late, Griff. Griff! You're a bit late, mate, they're gone. Good luck. Don't know what type of tree this is, but it's got these cones, and come the autumn they just seep like some kind of sticky, sappy substance, and are really quite grim. There goes a deer, and there goes Seren again. I'm never going to get a good shot on this video, am I? I wonder if we'll chase it back this way. There. Ooh. This is not going to make very good viewing if I don't catch it now. We just saw its bum disappearing that way. Seren's lost it. This is the funnest part of any dog walk down this graveyard. We corral Seren, and now we have to go and find Griff. So he could be absolutely anywhere. Here's the little bastard. Come on, Griff. What's this, mate? Come and sit. Sit! Yeah, so when you've only got one lead and 2 dogs, it's not a perfect solution, but it kind of works. Particularly when Seren keeps on wanting to roll in the grass. So that's a quick tour of Reading Old Cemetery. If you haven't been down to have a look, come down and have a look. It's interesting.